All right, y'all. You know how we do it. So let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite podcast.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Whoa, whoa,
Riffin
yeah.
with Griffin.
Riffin with Griffin.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Whoa, whoa,
Riffin with
yeah,
Griffin, baby.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. You know how we do it. Oh, back again with the podcast. Talking into the wrong mic. Let's see. Let's get caught up on the NFL. Let's get caught up on what's going on with the SAG Strike. What's going on in my world. What's going on. I love that show Billions. It's finally the season finale. I want to talk about that. And, you know, news and notes from around the world. And as always, welcome back to Riffin with Griffin.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Wow, wow,
Riffin with
yeah.
Riffin with Griffin.
Welcome back to Riffin with Griffin, y'all. Thanks for being here. Oh, you know what? I have it on the wrong screen. I was supposed to have it on this screen. Oh, well. Riffin with Griffin, Erik Griffin, woo, woo, woo. I got a new chair. I'll talk about that in a second. But, you know, thanks for subscribing. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can get, your notifications that the thing is on. Make sure you hit me on the Twitch because I Twitch every single day. So, come check me out there. That'll be fun times. And then I'm on Patreon. That's just to support the show, honestly, but you can support it in all kinds of ways. You could be a YouTube member, you could be a Twitch follower, a Twitch subscriber, or you could be, a Patreon member. So all that stuff helps support the show. So, so I appreciate that. Wait, let me get, I like to get everything ready before I start. I got this new chair. I had to put it together. And shout out to Elon Racing. But my old chair busted. My fat ass broke it this way. So I have one of my podcast chairs, but it's weird. So I actually gotta sit back like this to really make it you can see me good. But when I'm on the keyboard, I gotta come up here and do all this stuff. So it is what it is. So I gotta put that chair together. That's the only thing. It comes, it doesn't come ready to go, which fucking I hate that. Sometimes that's why you get the concierge service for things, because you don't want to put things together. So it's it's tough. Anyways. So anyways, we're here, Riffin with Griffin. Thanks a lot for being a part of the show. I got my Q&A up. I got some, what do you call it? Whatever this is. Oh, the question answer. And I got a poll up about the NFL. So you guys can check that out. So today was my first day of my personal training. So I went there's a place down the street from where I live. It's like a 15-minute walk. And that's why I picked it, because I could just walk there, which is part of the whole workout process. Get myself going when I get there. This old black dude is my trainer, cool dude. He's almost 60 and he's in the best shape you've ever want to see anybody be in. And I'm like, wow, if he could do it, I could do it, right? So, I'm starting my workout journey. So, and there we go. So it was tough. The first day was tough, man. So he kind of went around the rounds just to see what I could do. It's all right. So we did some mat work with what were we doing? Different sort of things, how many push-ups can I do? Different types of back exercises. And then I was doing I did some lifting, I was on one of those machines doing the 12 reps of this with minimal weight, and then doing some curls, and then doing some shoulder work. So he kind of put me through the rounds. But then when I finish, I'm walking home, I'm feeling good. I feel real good right now. And the thing is, what I realize is, sometimes you work out and then you stop working out because you may not be getting the result that you want, because I think all of us want to look good naked. I mean, I think that's what it is. You know, we want to look good naked. And it's like, so when we don't achieve that goal right away, you think that this is all like, what am I doing this for? Because you're not seeing the results you want. But when you get to my age, I realize now, the main thing is just feel good, feel healthy, you know, clear-headed, you know, good heart health. And so just doing like a regular ass workout just to feel that, you're winning, you know? So then like, if you wanted to do like, well, I want to have a 6-pack abs, that's a whole other mindset that you want to get to, you know? And so, yeah, right now, the way I feel right now, I'm like, oh, this is why I'm telling myself, this is why I have to do this. I have to do this just so I feel good. Like there's something about it that you feel good, man. No matter how hard it is and you're going through that process. And what is it like? Really, ultimately, for the average person, you know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes could be great. You know, just whatever workout. You're walking, you're on a treadmill, just for the walk, not for like, you know, and just so when you finish, your heart is like pumping and your adrenaline is going. And you're like, oh, wow, I feel good. I mean, that should be enough, you know? That should be enough for you to like, oh, let me continue this for that. And then if it's like the goal is, well, I want to be in better shape. I want to look good naked. I want to do. Then if you can't achieve that, at least you can go down to, well, I'm just doing this. Well, I have to continue to do this because I want to feel good. So I prepaid for 24 sessions with the guy just to like, because when you prepay, it just challenge you. Like you think about that money, like, ooh, I can't lose that money. It was expensive. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. Looking good, feeling good, and we'll figure that out. So that was one of the things that I did. In terms of my poll, you know what? I totally forgot to put the Eagles on there. The Eagles should have been one of my teams on my poll, guys. So I know the Eagles is the where is, you know, but maybe that's me trolling too. So I didn't do that on purpose, but I just completely forgot about them because I was doing this quick because I was behind right now. So anyways, thanks for that. Car update. I love my car, man. I do. Lucid. Shout out to Lucid Motors. I love driving my car. I just got an over-the-air update. I love that stuff. Because then you get in your car and you're like, ooh, what's new? Because they had some issues. Like, if I had to tell you some issues they had with the native navigation system, you couldn't save. You could save work and you could save home. That's it. I was like, what? So I got on the horn with the people like, yo, you telling me that you can only save your work and home address on the navigation? That don't even make no sense. You should have favorites. This is my restaurant. For me, it would be like the Comedy Store, the Laugh Factory, all these different places I like, you know. So, and then the over-the-air update that just came was that. So there's still some things. It has Alexa in it, you know, and what's strange is the Alexa in the car is not necessarily connected to the system in the car. So for instance, if I'm in the car and I say, Alexa, drive home, it's going to say, what's your home address? And I'm like, well, my home address is in the system. So what I realized, I needed to go to like the Alexa app, right? And then I found the car and I was like, oh, my car's on my Alexa app now, you know, because it's part of connected to my account. And I'm looking at, oh, you put your favorites. So then you connect everything on Alexa. And then when you're in the car, it's Alexa. But it's not connected to the car, which I find strange. Even like, for instance, you know, Alexa is Amazon, so I listen to a lot of audiobooks. So I looked at that thing and it said, what do you want to, things you could do with Alexa. And one of the things was continue Audible book. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So I went, Alexa, continue Audible book. And Alexa started playing my book from where I left off. And I was like, oh, this is great. But the thing is, it's not connected to my phone, and it's not, you know, and then Audible isn't one of the apps that's on the car. So it's literally just Alexa doing it. So I don't know if that's good or bad. But that's one or two of the things. One of the other things is like, I like not having to have a key. So like you just walk to the car, this Lucid Air Touring, right? So you walk to the car and then the car just opens. Lights come on and whatever's going on, and then you get in the car, you got your phone, you know, and then it like has this like face recognition, so it like recognizes you, and it's like, all right, cool, but it also recognizes my phone. But here's the thing, like when you go to valet, you got to have your key fob, or they have this like credit card type key, but then the credit card type key, you have to have a code. So they have a thing called a guest. I didn't realize this, but they have a guest code. But then you got to give the valet guy, you go like, okay, here it is, and the code is this. That's how you start the car. That's kind of a hassle. So it's like, I guess if you're going to go someplace that you know you're going to valet, you should bring your key fob. But other than that, to me, there should be a valet mode. You know what I'm saying? There should be like, when you're getting out your car, you go, this is valet mode until I get back into the car, until I turn valet mode off or something, you know? So actually, you just reminded myself, I have to send that to, you know, I have to send that to them. And somebody just asked you right now about the range. What kind of range am I getting? Okay, so this is another thing. So it says you're supposed to get 400 miles, right? But it's very clear when I'm talking to the engineer he wasn't the engineer, but he was like an engineer. I forgot what the guy's what he has done. But anyway, all the people that I've been talking to, it's very clear that the range of the car, it's going to get better, you know, because the car has to figure out like what's your driving habits and patterns, like where are you charging, how are you charging, and then you'll get the range. Like, so if I go to my car right now, if I go to the car app right now, let's see. So right now, my full charge is 374 miles right now. So that's far from what they said it was going to be. But they're saying that that's going to get better, you know, as the car, you know, because I don't even have 1,000 miles on the car yet, you know. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. I love all the techie stuff. So we'll see where that's going. You know what I mean? So we'll figure it out. But anyways, all right, let's go to comments. Okay, comments. First up. So I had this little video of this joke I was doing about the Little Mermaid, a joke I've been doing since the thing came out. You know, all right. So I got this guy that says Theo Vaughn wants his bit back. So first I want to say fuck you to that guy for just even implying that, like, you know, parallel thinking is a thing. And trust me, bro, I've never taken a joke in my entire life, you know, and those kind of jokes, I've been doing jokes about movies for years. So this is what I do. You can go look at my Comedy Central half hour. I was talking about the movie Insidious. So my joke is my joke. And so, yeah. So, you know what I mean? And when you talk about one of my friends, you acting like you trying to start some shit, it ain't gonna happen. Don't worry. You're not that important. But I just wanted to talk about this because I can't stand that shit when these assholes come to me like, oh, man, you're doing somebody's joke. Pfft, never, ever, ever. Anyways, Izzy V62, this episode is good. Thank you. I love those. Hey, listen, sometimes you need those kind of positive comments in your life. People just say like, hey, this was good. So I like it. Let's see. Steven Rogers 943. Great job, Eric. Just wanted to say I've watched over 200 episodes of Riffin over the year. Appreciate your personality and perspective. Well, that's great. It's good to know that people are actually watching and listening to the show. Love that. Let's see. Okay. Bobby Jones 7441. I always thought the stereotype was that men don't look at the instructions when assembling something. Sounds like you're the woman in the scenario, Eric. No, it's like, let me tell you something. Let me take a moment to praise my beautiful wife. You know what she is? She does research. That's her thing. Like if she's going to buy something, like a crib or like we're doing baby stuff, right? She's going to buy a crib or she's going to buy whatever for the baby. Trust me, she's going to be on her computer for an hour, like looking up things, looking at comments, looking at like ratings. And then she's like, okay, I found this is the best one we should get. So when we're putting together this, we're putting wallpaper on the wall. She's on TikTok, like, best way to put up wallpaper. So she sent me like 3 videos of like people putting up wallpaper. You know what I mean? And so she was like, did you look at the videos? Did you look at the videos? And I'm like, I skimmed over them. I'm like, oh, okay. Because it was, TikTok videos, they're like a minute. They're not even like a minute. Some of them are just like here's a tip for putting up wallpaper, So I looked at it, and we got this sticker. It's a sticker. It's a sticker, I got to show you guys the picture. You know what I mean? I gotta just show you guys the picture of the wallpaper, So anyway, but it's like it's just that's why that person said that, because it was just so funny. Anyways, somebody is Ismail Domingo 2249. Shout out to you, man. The intro music is super doper fuego. Yeah, that's Dopapod. Shout out to those guys. Great funk band. It's just they're the best, and they made this intro song for me, and I'm still using it. Now the joke is, where's Wiggy? Marty the zebra said, where's Wiggy? Wiggy's around, all right. Go to Wiggy's Instagram and be like, "Where are you, man? Why aren't you on whatever, And then we'll call this the hater comment of the week from James Soso 259. Lucid Air, lame AF. Okay, okay, all right, bro. I'm sure your Honda Civic is dope. Let's see. Then Theo PF82, she's like ultimate wifey material. There's something to talk about, a video of Rachel and I. Somebody said, and speaking of, I'm glad somebody put this out. It said, I'm excited to see you at Side Splitters. Yes, I am going to be at Side Splitters this weekend. Unfortunately, sadly, my Orlando date was canceled, and just full transparency is just like, I'm not a sell tickets 2 weeks ahead of time guy, 3 weeks ahead of time guy. A lot of times people come buy my ticket last minute, day before, day of, and that club is like not into that. So I had like 20 something tickets sold, and that just wasn't enough for them. And then Chappelle just dropped a theater show in Orlando on the same night. But I got a message from somebody that was like, yo, man, I chose you over Chappelle. And I was like, yeah, but I needed like 500 people to do that. So it just worked out like that. But I still think they should have had the show. I'm actually disappointed that it happened like that, without even trying to give a chance. But there are people, and like the club itself, like, where the fuck's your promotions? Like, you know what I mean? Like these clubs, like, that's your city. I don't live in Orlando. I'm not from Orlando. I'm from California. So you're telling me that you don't have a reputation in your neighborhood? You don't have a reputation in your community that you could be like, hey, come watch this good show. This is going to be a good show. And you go, as a club, hey, come to my club. You guys should come to the club because this guy's funny. No, they don't do that. They just rely on you. Like, so that's why it's only like YouTubers and people like that can really sell out way ahead of time, because that's what it is. I mean, everybody that comes to my show is like, damn, you're really funny. They're always like, wow, more people should be here. You're so funny. Listen, I'm hilarious, man. I really love doing stand-up comedy, and I put on a fantastic show. Trust me. You're going to have a good time if you come to my show. All right? Love me or hate me, you're going to have a good time at my show. So anyways, so now I'm looking for someplace else in Orlando. I got to find a different spot in Orlando because I want to go. I think the Orlando people, they're there. They want to see comedy. And it's just like, I just want to have a partnership with the place to be like, yeah, we want you here. Let's pump this up. So anyways, it is what it is. Once again, thanks for the comments, guys. Every week, love the comments. You'll make it on the show. So, anyways, where am I? What are we talking about? What are we doing? Oh yeah. Let's go to You know what? Let's go to some of my riffing topics, some stuff that I want to talk about. You know, I have talked about this for a while now. Oh, whoops. What happened to my, let me see, Instagram post. Here we go. Boom. So this one's a big one here. Not a big one, but this is just like, I've been talking about this. So Twitter, now X, admits Elon Musk has destroyed more than half its value. It's like, first of all, I don't even know how the business of this works. But I've said in the past, and I'll say again, this was the dumbest purchase in history. There isn't a dumber purchase than this, because it was so expensive. Like, I still don't understand it. I know that he didn't write a $44 billion check. And I know a lot of people think that. They think he wrote a $44 billion check. No, this was just an evaluation of the company. Like, he gave stock options in Tesla, I believe. Some cash of his own, like 11, 13 billion, which is still a lot, right? And then for some reason, the evaluation of the company is part of the value of the, I don't know how it all works, right? But it just sounds like a lot of money for what? And so, like, again, maybe this is going to work itself out in a couple years, and he's going to be like, aha, look what I did. But as of right now, to me, he has destroyed the confidence. And by the way, probably fake confidence that we shouldn't have had in this company in the first place. Like, who was in charge of Twitter before? We didn't know. We didn't really know. Maybe some of you knew because you were like in the know, but most of you just go on Twitter, you go. And then you hear about stuff like, oh, Twitter is, against, like, violence, against whatever their, like, terms of service and the things they were doing. You were just kind of like, okay. But if you think about it, there had to be a person behind that, a committee, someone was making the call that, hey, we have to filter these things out. We didn't know who it was, and we kind of just said Twitter. What Elon did was he made it him. So like him or hate him, it becomes like you feel like the buck stops with him. And we don't like it. After a while, we're like, well, hold on a second. Like this is you? I don't know if I agree with just you. I don't know if, but he's trying his best, man. This it's tough. They can't all be winners. PayPal, SpaceX, Tesla, Twitter. I mean, the guy's going to have a couple of duds. So we'll see where it goes from here. Some of the other things, he's doing things. He's trying to put internet in the Middle East area that, the people aren't receiving internet in those places. I don't know what the holdup is. Just do it, But there's like a fight about that. I mean, I don't know. The guy's involved in a lot of stuff, but this is one of those ones where I was like, I don't know, Elon. You might have made a mistake with this one. But I agree with you. Somebody in the chat, leftovers, richest guy in the world. He's not stressing. Yeah, but that's the reason. Okay, you know what? Let's address that. But that doesn't mean you could just go, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a thing that affects hundreds of millions of people. Like, this is a product we all use. People use for information. People use for, for comedy. For some people get their news from this. Some people, it can't just be, oh, well, he's rich, so it don't matter if he does it right. Like, that's what's wrong in the first place. That's how people feel about it. It's like, oh, it's just a rich guy that he had the money to buy it, so he did. Like, the NFL don't let you do that. Think about this. In the NFL, you can't just be rich and be like, I want an NFL team. No. They're like that. That boys club is like, well, are you about football? There's like there's interviews. It's not just money. And then if you in there messing up, they kick you out. They're like, nah, you got to go. You messing up our whole product. I mean, people should be like that. You know what I mean? Like, just because he's rich, it don't mean he could just buy something and then when it fucks up, he goes, I still got $300 billion in the bank. And if you support that, like, damn, what does that say about you? Not necessarily this guy that just said that in the chat, because I get that it's just like it was just an offhanded comment that he's probably not struggling. I get you. I'm not attacking that guy in chat. I'm just saying there are people that you shouldn't feel like that is what I'm saying. That's my perspective. But anyways, y'all know how it is. Next one. Oh, I love this story, man. Researchers create a smart toilet that can identify unique asshole prints, and monitor your health. I've been saying this. Like, I wanted to go on Shark Tank with a asshole camera. This is my idea. I think I even said this on the podcast one time. This is what you want. This is what the smart toilet should be telling you this. Keep wiping, right? 2 more wipes, buddy, because you got a little bit going on here. You know, I think the toilet should talk to you. Ooh, asshole's looking destroyed today. Everything okay? I mean, that's where the AI should go. I want an AI toilet. Like, I have a toothbrush that lets you know that you're brushing your teeth too hard, and then you ease up. It has like lights on it. And then there's an app. There's an app that like it'll show you where you've brushed your teeth in your mouth, and you can like go around and be like, oh, I didn't get this side. I want the toilet to do that. You know, like let you know. You know, you need to know that butthole is pristine. Anyways, so thank you, scientists, for like stealing my idea. You know what I mean? Oh, and then there's this one. Last one is this one. And this is like a bit I have. But a Georgia restaurant adds a $50 surcharge to loud families bill for adults unable to parent. Listen, I'm about to be a parent, and you might catch me in a restaurant with a 3-year-old running around being like, Griffin, I told you. But I'm going to do my best to like, hey, let's not do this here. When you get home, you can run around. But when we in public, no. That's just something I'm going to push for. It might be a pipe dream, but if my kid is in a restaurant acting up, and then the restaurant's like, well, you got to pay $50 for that. Guess what? I'm paying the $50, and I'm also apologizing because you at a restaurant, and then like these kids are just running around like they crazy, and the parents are just sitting there like, oh. I'm just saying, get your parent on. Who knows? In a year, 2 years from now, I might be on here being like, guys, I was completely wrong. But for now, I totally agree with this. Parents, get your shit together. Anyways. All right, guys. So let's get into football. Let's get into football. Wait, do I still have a football? I think I still have my football. I do. You know what? Let's change the background to my football background. Why doesn't this go automatically? I don't understand this, dude. I got to go to that real quick, and then you come back to this, and here it is. All right. So, like I say, when I look at my poll, if I look at the poll right now, we got people to say the Chiefs 27%, Dolphins 28%, Ravens 6%, and then where is ? So that's probably the Eagles. Yeah, I think the Eagles are the best team in the league right now. I think as of, what's happened, if you look at the records right now, the Eagles are the only team. The Eagles are the only team that only have one loss. They're 7-1 right now, and they've had really good games. They've had bad games, but they find ways to win. They're a real complete team. They got a great secondary, which they just got somebody new. I forgot the guy's name, but they got a good O-line, a good D-line. They got a smart quarterback that can run and throw. They can win in multiple ways. They can rush for 250 yards, or they can throw 4 touchdowns and they got one of the best receivers in the league right now. That dude, which one is it? Is it Devontae Adams? Not Devontae Adams. What am I saying? You guys, what's the Eagles receiver? Put it in the chat. But the one Eagles receiver, the dude's had like 5 games in a row with over 100 yards and a touchdown or something. It's like the dude's balling right now. So the Eagles are the number 1 team. So love that. So, if you let's start in the NFC, right? What's been going on right now? Cowboys, love them or hate them, they're 5-2. I don't think they could beat good teams, and I think when it's all said and done, they're gonna lose in the playoffs again. And we're going on 30 years since they've even been to an NFC Championship game. So, but we'll see. Rest of the AFC East is just trash. The Giants, what a joke! Like, what a joke that they paid Daniel Jones $40 million. Whew. We'll see how that plays out, man. But all you Giants fans, it must be tough to be a Giants fan right now. And the Commanders, Eric Bieniemy, he leaves the Kansas City Chiefs, championships on the run, and now he goes there, and he's just not doing it. Not everybody's like under Andy Reid and having Patrick Mahomes. The guy looks great right now, but hopefully he gets his sea legs. Let's hope that he gets one more. He stays there, then builds up that he could eventually be a head coach, but I don't know. Seahawks, man. Seahawks, can't hate on the Seahawks. They doing good. They're 5-2. They got some solid wins. I just don't know if they have enough. They got 2 great receivers. We'll see. Can Geno Smith do it? And is that defense good enough? But I'm not going to be surprised, But right now, they're atop the AFC West. So check that out. 49ers, 3 losses in a row. Brock Purdy's looking like the last pick in the draft. It's a great story that he that was his first loss 3 games ago in the regular season. Great story, and I think it was more about the story than anything else. But Brock Purdy is he needs his players. That system, I don't know, man. It's hard to say. He's a young quarterback. He hasn't even had a full season of games yet, right? They're on that. How many games? 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I think he's just got to 17, like a full season, a full 17 games. So he's a young quarterback. So maybe by next year he'll be the guy. But right now they're built to win now. But here's the thing though, their defense, they ain't doing it. But they got that. They just traded for that guy from Washington. But that guy's perennially hurt. So we'll see. 49ers. And then the Rams and Cardinals, garbage. Lions, I like the Lions. I thought they were poised. They're going to win that division, especially with Kirk Cousins going out and the Packers being garbage. The Lions are going to cruise into the playoffs because they're going to dominate the NFC North. But can they beat any good teams? We'll see. But they're 6-2. But they just the 6 wins. Not very good teams, really, except for the first game against the Chiefs. But they didn't have Kelsey or their best defensive player, Jones. So I don't know. And then the NFC South, it's a shame that one of those teams is going to go to the playoffs because they're all they're just garbanzo beans, man. The Falcons, the Saints, the Bucks, and the Panthers, yuck. Worst division in football, man. Worst division in football. All right, let's go to the AFC now. Dolphins, 6-2. They got the same issue as Detroit to me. They can't beat anybody good because every time they do play somebody good, they get mollywopped. So I don't know. We'll see what's going on with the Dolphins. Bills, another just stupid, inconsistent team. It's what? One day they're like, oh, wow, they're beating the Dolphins by 30, and then they're losing to the Patriots, right? So it's they're so inconsistent, but we'll see. Hey, I got to give it to the Jets. 4-3, they doing their thing, man. They probably not going to make they won't make the playoffs because of, but maybe they can string together some wins, It's looking good for next year if Aaron Rodgers comes back. And the poor Patriots, man, Bill Belichick, it's time to retire, man, or move on. Time to move on, but he just seems like the old guy that's it's done. Chiefs, 6-2, they just took a loss. They're missing something, right? They're a great team, and Patrick Mahomes, you always feel like he could do it, but something's missing. They need to get a receiver. They should have tried their best to get Devontae Adams, right? Devontae Adams is the one in the Raiders, right? And there's another Devontae on the Eagles. I'm confused. But anyways, thank you. Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, thank you. And then Devontae Adams is with the Raiders. They should have traded him. They just fired their general manager and their coach. One of these when your team is, you have the Davis family, the new guy, he's just a billionaire that just doesn't know how to run a team. That's when it's the Raiders is a big brand. That's a big football brand, the Raiders, and they're never good. Get it together, man. Broncos, garbanzo beans. Now Ravens, I had the Ravens as like one of the best teams. I mean, they got a great team. They really do. Ravens look good, and when they lose, you could point to why they lose. They fucking dropped eight catches that one game they lost. 8. They dropped 8 balls. Are you kidding me? They should have won it. They really should be 7-1 right now. And then the rest of that division is just garbanzo. Steelers, Browns, Bengals. Who knows? Bengals, though, they're last in the division right now. But you saw what they did to the 49ers, and Joe Burrow is just that dude. So I feel like they're gonna, in their next 5 games, they're probably gonna be like 4-1 or 5-0 because they're cooking right now. I think by the end of the season, Bengals will be right up there. Jaguars, another one of those teams, man. Are they good? I don't know. They look good. So you got Jaguars, Dolphins, Detroit, even Dallas. Like, Bills? What are they? Are they good? So, but the AFC South, another terrible division. Terrible. Jaguars are gonna smoke that division. They're going to the playoffs, and we'll see what they can do when they get there. You know what I mean? So we'll see what's going on with that. So other than that, though, I think the football season has been real good. I love watching it. My fantasy team is trash right now, 4-4. Every time, and it's like not even my fault. It's like one guy gets hurt, and the other guy, some garbage. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But so far, it's been pretty good. And right now, if I had to pick, I would say the Eagles are the best team in the league. I think the Eagles they're the team to beat in the NFC. And I think it's up for grabs anywhere else. I'm not going to be surprised if it's, like if you see, if it's like Eagles, any one of those teams in the NFC championship game, who knows? It could be the Seahawks, the 49ers, the Lions. It could be any one of those teams can make it. And it would just kind of be like, I think it's the NFC is the Eagles to lose. So I see them going back to the Super Bowl. If I had to pick, I would say the Eagles are going back to the Super Bowl. So, you guys, what do you tell me what you guys think? But yeah, man, that's my football take of the week. So as you guys know, we got to change this. Let us change this, baby. NFL talk is over. How come this doesn't? I don't understand why this doesn't switch, man. Like I see it here. Boom, boom. Let's go here. It doesn't switch unless I do this. So let's go to that. Then we'll go back to this. That'll switch it. Okay. So, SAG is still on strike, guys. The writers union, they got what they got a good deal. They'll probably strike again in 3 years. I mean, I think all these are going to strike again in 3 years once these deals are done. But SAG is still on strike, and I just wanted to go over what I thought about it, So these are the 3. There's 4 major things that SAG is asking for, and I don't know if you guys know about these things, but SAG wanted increased wages and benefits. So SAG is asking for an 11% wage increase in the first year of a new contract, followed by 4% increase in the second and third years. So that's like, it's weird though, because I don't know how. So this is just like the base salaries. It's not for like stars of a show, This only kicks in for like for the increases. So for instance, if you sign on to a series and they give you your salary, let's say you're getting $30,000 an episode, and that actually, like on a network sitcom, is actually low end. But let's say you're getting $30,000 an episode. So now they're saying in the contract you'll get a 4% increase per year, So then that, so I don't know. And then 11% increase in the main wages, which would mean this isn't for the stars. This is for the regular actors. So if the SAG minimum is like $700, they want an 11% increase of that. So, I think that's fair. With the amount of money that's being put out there, that's one where I go, just give us that. I don't get that. The union is also seeking to increase contributions to pension and health plans. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like our health plan is you would think it used to be really good. Now it's kind of like, what the fuck with the health plan? So we got to get a better, and I think about the health plan now for myself because I'm about to have a kid and I got to put my wife on my health plan. And it's like, let's get what's going on with this health plan. So that's something, AJ Brown, thank you, y'all. I messed up on that again. It's AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, and then Devontae Adams. Thank you. The big one that I think that it's kind of like this thing is like we're being distracted by this is the AI stuff. I think that's a big distraction, and the money stuff is way more important. But protection against generated AIs. SAG-AFTRA is concerned about the growing use of AI to create synthetic media, which could be used to replace actors. The union is asking for a definition of acceptable use of generated AI. So, yeah, I don't know. They're going to have to figure that out. I don't think that, it's like, let's say they wanted to continue Workaholics, and they just, instead of hiring the guys and everything, they bought the rights to the show, then they just made AI versions of us. That would suck, I just think that if you're using someone's likeness, and I thought that was a thing anyway. I don't know why this just doesn't go under, you can't use my name and likeness. So it should be like a licensing deal. They're like, okay, well, we want to use you, but we don't need to show up. But here's the amount of money because we're using you. Okay, that should be a thing. So hopefully they get that. Now here's the one where I don't think we're going to get this. And honestly, I don't know if we should, if I'm just being 100 about it. Fair compensation for streaming residuals. This is the big one, guys. SAG-AFTRA believes that actors are not being fairly compensated for their work on streaming platforms. The union is asking for, check this out, a 2% share of the revenue that each show generates for a streaming platform to be paid to performers. That's so nuanced because, one, now Hulu, they got no business not paying for advertising because they've been showing commercials since day one. Hulu been had commercials on there, so that one you can now know the amount of revenue generated because here's a show. Let's say a show's going to be on Hulu, and then Hulu says to the advertisers, "Here's the numbers. This many people watch this show, and this is how much you have to pay to advertise." So if that's the case, then they can have an algorithm to be like, all right, this show is generating this amount of money in ad revenue. Now, how you determine how much a show should get of the subscription revenue, that is something that I don't understand how they're going to figure that out. If I pay $10 a month, and it's like, and here's one of the shows I watch is a really popular show. Am I watching, how much of my $10 a month should go towards that 2% to go, you know what I mean? That's going to be the thing where, to me, it's going to be hard to figure out. So, 2% of the share of each show, Jim, that's an astronomical amount of money considering what it is, So I don't know how they're going to do that. They'll figure it out. I mean, it should be figured out. There should be a way to figure it out. But, you're talking about these streaming services are they're like, hey, I think I've used this analogy on here, but I'll just do it again, whatever. It could be your first time watching the show. But it's like a museum, man. It's like a museum commissions painters. Let's say a museum pays an artist and they go, here's this amount of money and we'll keep your we're going to keep your art in our museum for 5 years, and here's the amount of money we're going to pay you to do that. And you're like, hey, cool. Then the museum starts to go, why are we doing that? Let's just buy art. So then the museum goes to the same artist and goes, hey, can we buy your art? We want to buy it, okay? Here's your art. We're going to pay you this amount of money to buy the art. Thank you. We have the receipt. It's ours now. We told you what we wanted you to paint. You paint it. And then we bought it. We paid you to do that. Now it's ours. And then we're going to put this painting in our museum. And the museum is hanging up in the museum. Then they go to like 1,000 artists and go, yeah, we want to buy all your, and then they put it in their museum. And then they charge people to go into the museum. And then the people and then the artist comes in the museum and they're looking around like, damn, there's a lot of people in here. How much was it to get into this museum? Oh, wow, it's $30 a ticket? Then they go back to hey, we want some of that money you're charging to look at our art. And then the people's like, I bought it from you. This is why I bought it. It's a weird thing. And then they're going to be like, this. How do you determine in the museum, how are you going to determine of the 1,000 paintings that you bought, who should get the most money? Is it the most people watching a particular painting? Yeah, but what if that painting is at the front door of the museum? The museum is like, yeah, but we put your painting, people have to look at it. It's the first thing they see. Is that the reason why it has the most views? And then they put another painting in the back of the room, which could be really great, and they're getting no love because of where they are in the location. So now they're getting messed over because, you know what I'm trying to say, guys? It's like, that's how it is to me for shows that go on Netflix. I just think it's like, how do you determine? So they have to figure out some sort of algorithm. And it can't just be strictly views, because if Netflix is like, hey, we spent $100 million on Stranger Things. If we spent $30 million an episode to make Stranger Things, you damn right that's going to be on the algorithm. They're going to be like, hey, you need to watch this show. They're going to be pumping it out. Is it because it's good? Or is it because it's popular? Like they could do that for any show. They could pump up any show they want. Hey, guys, watch this show. And then we're like, oh, you know what? When some shit come up on Netflix, you're like, ooh, what's that? Should I watch that? Huh, that looks good. But if you never saw it or never heard about it, you wouldn't even watch it. I don't know. So I don't know how that's going to go. One of the other ones was improved working conditions. SAG is also seeking to improve working conditions for its members, including limitations on technical requirements and slate requirements, as well as transparency in the audition process. Yeah, sometimes the auditions are weird, man, especially these like at-home auditions. It's like, it's weird. It's a weird process. So, hopefully they get all this figured out. But I just know one of the things they were asking for, it's like in the writer's strike, what they got was there's like this thing where, projects over $30 million projects, if they hit certain, benchmarks, they're going to get extra residuals. Netflix is just going to be like, well, here's $29 million to make your project. You know what I mean? That's how they're going to do that. And then the other one was, you had to get 20% of the entire subscription base to watch your show in the first 90 days. I think they agreed to that because no show does that. That's what I think they're going to find out. I think it's going to be like, if the domestic viewership is 200 million, well, however many people, 20% of that is what? In the first 90 days, what's the math on that? If it's 200 million subscribers, that would be 40 million people, accounts, have to watch your show or movie in the first 90 days. 40 million. If it's 200 million subscribers. And I believe that's what it is. I don't even know. I have to look up the whatever that is. But it's a real big number. And I think they agreed to that because they're like, they know. They have the numbers. They are looking at their things like, yeah, 4 shows hit that. And those shows are already getting paid. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you make a little sitcom, like that one, there was this one Jamie Foxx sitcom. That ain't getting 10 million views. You know what I'm saying? In the first 90 days, I think that we're going to strike again in 3 years. Watch. In 3 years, they're going to be striking again because they're going to realize they're going to be like, oh, no shows hit these benchmarks. And then Netflix is going to be like, yeah, I know. And we're fronting the bill to make your show. So we made your show. Nobody watches it. And you want more money. It's going to be tough. Tough negotiations, but I hope it works out. Last up, guys, I don't know if you guys ever watched this show Billions on Showtime. Oh, man. I love the first few seasons. It's about like a billionaire, greedy person trying to, just get a lot of money and kind of skirting the law. And then, what's his name? Paul Giamatti, he was playing like the law. He's the district attorney. He's a U.S. attorney. You know, throughout the show, throughout the seasons, he's had different positions in the government, and he was like the main adversary of this, like whoever the billionaire was. And for a long time, it was Damian Lewis, who was a fantastic British actor. Man, he's so good. And so, but then season 4 or whatever it was, he left the show, and then the show was taken over by this other guy. I believe his name is I forgot the guy's name. He's on. Wait. Actually, let me go to the stars of the show on IMDb. Oh, I wish they would show the cast. Or let's see. Oh, they're not showing. Let me see. Series. Oh, directed by. Oh, here we go. Here's the cast. What's this guy's name? Because he's great. Is that him? Oh no, he's good. That guy's good. Yeah, the guy. Yeah. Paul Giamatti, Maggie Siff. She played Wendy Rose. She was good. David Constable. That guy was good. Dola Rashad. She's great. Let's see. Where's there was Damian Lewis. Dan Soder's on it. He's been on it for years. He was great. Where's this? Why aren't they showing this guy? Here he goes. Corey Stoll. I didn't even know that guy's name. Crazy. Corey Stoll. He, so he took over as like the main bad guy in like the last 2 seasons. So, it's like if you, I would watch the show, it's kind of like Succession before Succession, just like, a rich guy trying to make a bunch of money and cutting corners and, the different relationships, that he had. And it was like, smart people doing smart stuff. But anyways, in the final season, the last 6 or 7 episodes, they kind of like made the guy that played Corey guy, they kind of made him Trump in a way of like this sort of rich billionaire guy that wants to be president. And these guys were, the other guys were like, they know what kind of personality he is, and they were trying to stop him from doing that. And just the way they went about it, I thought it was great storytelling, good action. I don't know. It was good. I just, you can catch up on it. They have it on so many different ways to watch Showtime now. It's like Amazon. It's like YouTube TV, or you get it with whatever subscription you have and whatever service that's not paying the actors enough money. Just find it someplace right there, and I highly recommend it. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys for, always coming every single week. I always appreciate the back and forth, the banter, and the comments. I got to get back to real world advice from a grown ass man. I'm going to try to have a few guests on, but I got to go back to the All Things Comedy Studio for that because, I'm having a baby and like my place is like, I don't want people coming here anymore unless I really, really know them, like Rick Glassman or someone like that. But I've been getting a lot of requests like, hey man, can this so-and-so come on your podcast and that kind of stuff. So I am going to have guests, but most of the people that I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know them. And I don't, it's like Rachel don't like strangers. Then when we do have the baby, it's like, I don't want, hey, this is my baby, and let's go into my office, my office is also a mess now because we're moving everything out of this baby room. And then I have to look at all my stuff and go, do I really need that? I got to throw that away. Is that really necessary to have that? You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of stuff, but once again, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, share. And I will be at the Tampa Improv this weekend. So if you're in Tampa Side Splitters. Side Splitters in Tampa. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. You go to ericgriffin.com. I got the link for the tickets right there, y'all. So make sure you guys come check that out. Oh, wait. What's going on with my... Can you guys... Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Let me start the music over, y'all, for the rap recap. Yeah! Oh, rap recap! Woo! We brought it back. The NFL. It's doing swell. Oh, hell. Billions ended. Full sended. SAG gon' get what they want. I don't know. keeping this flow. All right. I'm not in a flow mood today, but thanks for watching Riffin with Griffin. I'm tired from my workout. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for being here. Peace.